right, welcome everybody to the 2024 edition of the TBL playoffs. I'm here with a guest tonight. I'm joined by one of the OGs of the league and the top dog of the 2024 season, JR. Welcome, JR.
That's right. I only come on here when I win 111 games. So it's awesome to be on here. And, it's something where I appreciate the everything you put into the league. So definitely want to jump on and say that and donate some of my time to the great TBL.
Hey, I appreciate it. Happy to have you here. And like I said, one of the I appreciate you sticking around for so long. We've been running for a couple of years now, and you're one of 6 OGs left. I know 2 of the others, and I'm one of them. So outside of that, we've got Phoenix, Baltimore, and you. So definitely a pleasure to have you on the podcast for the first time in 24 seasons.
Well,
so
yeah, I mean, we could get Steve on here. I mean, we were just talking about having him on there, so it would be nice to have another OG.
There you go. Yeah.
Baltimore.
Yep.
Yeah, so,
and then I think Brendan's in another time zone, so we'd have to work that one out if he ever wants to get on. But always welcome. Anybody's always welcome to hop on one of these. So.
Of course.
All right, so let's hop into the season, and we're going to break down the teams here a little bit before we hop into the playoffs. So anybody looking for results right away, sorry, you're going to have to wait a second. But let's start with the winners of each division. The Somerville money line. You want to talk about your team here for a split second, since you're donating your time?
Oh wow, definitely, yes. They're basically the same type of team I've had the whole time over the last, I think I've gone to the playoffs in, 15, 16 years? I don't even know. 12 years straight? 13 years straight? Anyways, basically the whole type of team I've had before, but I've added Antonio Rada, who is...
Yeah, he's been pretty good this year.
Yeah, I mean, he's trending to becoming one of the top 5 or 10 players in the history of the league.
Yeah, so, I mean, he's 3 MVPs under his belt. I think he's going to get a 4th this year.
Yeah, so that was something that really helped out, and I think that type of player reverberates throughout the whole team. And you're seeing performances from guys who maybe kind of new to the league. They're stepping up, and then some of the guys who are wrecked or fragile, they're showing up every day. So it's something where the vibes are good, the pitching's good. It's something it's like everybody else who wins the most amount of games. I expect to lose. I mean, I expect to go down in the next round. I expect Reyna to have blown PCL or whatever injury he's going to decide to have. So, I mean, it's been a fun ride. This is part of what it's about, is just having a fun team to log into every day, and this is one of them.
Yeah, and you definitely have some other nice pieces on the team. Chase Posey had a breakout season this year. Just 24 years old. This is basically his rookie year.
I called him a golden retriever. He's got one of those golden retriever right sides of the card. Captain, hardworking. He throw a tennis ball, bullshit contract. He'll sign it. Yeah, like this guy.
Yep. You got a lot of nice pieces. The thing I hate about Chase Posey is that you picked him up in the 15th round. So for everybody asking about you trading your 10th through whatever, or trading your first round pick for a bunch of shit lottery picks. Well, there's one that worked.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel like Robbie Goodson was the same story when I looked at him. Yeah, 9th round pick, Robbie Goodson, who went 20-1 this year and set the TBL record for win percentage in a season. I think he beat out 19-1 last. Someone did 19-1 at one point, or 18-1.
Rotation rotation mostly drafted. I mean, I've added a guy from Denver, Tyler Worthen's got 2 World Series or championships, I should say.
Yeah.
And had time with Denver. I think I got him pretty. I was happy to get him. But just try to build with the rotation through the draft. Pitching's expensive, man. You go out there in free agency.
It's true.
You're gonna pay a lot for pitching. So I try to really get it cheap.
I've seen a lot of teams in this league with high-end relief pitchers signed at 20 plus, 20 to 25.
Well, yeah, I got one of those guys, but
Yep.
I'm paying nobody else. So
Right.
that's the reason I paid him. And he's another guy with one of those he's a fan fave. You don't get rid of those guys. If you want to have revenue, if you want to, get up into 220s when it comes to yearly budget, you keep those guys.
Yeah. The attendance chart's impressive. We've sold out pretty much every game. So yeah, no, you had a nice season. Of course, we have to talk about your history here a little bit. 18 playoff appearances, no championships yet. You've been close. I think you've been to the championship 3 times. Is that right?
Well, let me just say this: the guys who are talking about records in minor leagues or whatever.
Yep.
And Slack today.
Yeah.
We got 5. We got 5 of those things.
5 minor league championships.
There. Okay, so
Yep.
I'm embarrassed by it. That's embarrassing, actually, for me to actually come out and say that. But could have jumped in there with that and been equally as embarrassing as they were with their records in the minor leagues.
There's some
it's something that's important. It's important.
I will say there's some pretty bad minor league franchises out there year after year. Some GMs that I actually have to warn to just field the team year after year. So yeah, not the best achievement, but I have some championships down there as well. I'll take them.
Yeah. No, but you need to do that. You can't not win in the minor league.
Got to get your wins.
You guys have to learn how to win. Right?
It's honestly, it is a huge part, right? People need to kind of put some emphasis on their minor leagues. Like, I feel bad for these GMs that are dumpster fire teams right now, but also aren't paying attention to their minor leagues, because guess what? Your guys aren't going to develop the same way. So,
bad vibes down
if
there.
if you're not paying attention to the major league team because it sucks right now, you might as well start looking at that stuff.
Yeah.
But anyways,
go ahead.
I digress. Getting on a tangent, but let's talk about our other division winner. Conference winner, the Bighorn Rams. Johnny's team has been good for a couple of years now. Just taking a look.
Always. I'm not gonna. Let me put it this way. I'm not gonna destroy the Fire conference in this broadcast. Fire conference owner, because but when I walk around, to myself, there's only a couple GMs. There's a few GMs over there that are doing the thing. Johnny's one of them. All right, I'll just keep it. That's as nice as I can be on that one.
No, that's fair. I mean, you can talk shit about the Fire Conference, because if you've looked at this page that we're on, the championships, 6 of the last 7 have gone to the Ice Conference. But on top of that, there's been some competitive 7-game series. But on top of that, if you just look at the records every year, like even this year, like all the good records are in the Ice Conference, and then the Fire Conference sneaks in a 500 team with the last wild card. So it's that way every year. So the Ice Conference is always the stronger conference.
But I'm not going to call it a cakewalk for certain GMs. But Johnny, he definitely does a thing. He does everything that is needed to be. It's a legitimate 102 over there.
For sure.
So that's a good team.
Yep, conference championship last year, TBL championship the year before that. Kind of in the same scenario. I don't think a ring. I don't think the Bighorn Rams have won a championship here.
Nah, not yet.
But yeah, no, he's been successful and kind of been running our division, the Ruby division, for a while. Let's take a look at his kind of his best players here real quick. He's had let's take a look at his rankings here. So pretty good offense, pretty good pitching staff. So all around good. Yeah. Let's get some good starting pitching.
Some good pieces.
Looks like the bullpen's really strong. Santa Moro's great.
Yeah.
Some ratings here.
I'm partial to a good bullpen. If I see an older GM doing good things with their bullpen, I know that they know ball. They really, they're on top of it.
This bullpen strikes a lot of people out. Those are some high K rates.
Oh yeah.
And then on the lineup side, we've got definitely a different composition. I notice your team has a lot of speed on it. I mean, like 5 or 6 guys are over 20 stolen bases.
Yeah, if you can't run, you're dead to me. This is baseball. Should be athletic. When I played, I was a center fielder, so I really pride myself on being able to do everything, including running. If a guy's out there with a frying pan and he's slow, I mean,
Yeah. Just looking, comparison from your team to this team. This team seems a little more all-around depth than your team. I know you hate it when I say shit about your team like that, and then I'm completely wrong about your defense, something like that. But you've got a lot of high-end talent on your team. You've got 2 superstars this year, and this team just has a lot of steadiness all across the lineup.
first tied for first in with the least amount of errors. So it's fundamental. It's every day. That's why they're there.
And you got to say congratulations to Johnny for winning the conference. He did it on the last weekend. He swept, I think, Mexico City, not the hardest matchup. But on the other end, Virginia lost 2 of 3 to, I think, St. Louis. So overtook them right there in the last weekend and got that first round bye. And, sometimes that can be a blessing, but sometimes in the Fire Conference it can be a curse because that 1 seed does like to go down. So we'll see which it is this year. But yeah, let's take a look at the rest of the matchups. And on the... let's start here. On the Ice Conference side, we've got Las Vegas and Carolina. Tim has got the High Rollers into the postseason for the second straight year, I believe. Nope, they've been consistent. I thought they missed a year. But he took over for Zach. Obviously, he took over a powerhouse, and he's continued to be a strong team. But lost in the wild card, all 7-game series. So they definitely have their hopes set on something better. Anything you like about this team that you want to mention?
Las Vegas is a team I hate watch because they're always so good. So, whenever I feel that injury tab open, if I see that Las Vegas, I'm just kidding. Nah. Honestly, I'm serious. And I am serious because, whenever you see a guy like Zach leave and then anybody comes in and takes it over, you kind of hope that they don't run it as efficiently and as good, as well, I should say, as he did. And so far, haven't gotten that. But, strong team. I would have some beef with, if I'm Tim here, he's playing Carolina, and we'll get to Carolina in a second, but I mean, Carolina's in the message, in the chat, calling him out for dropping the shortstop. I mean, I'm looking to give it to him in this series if I'm Tim. I'm looking to give it to him for that one comment right there. That was kind of wild. But, listen, Las Vegas, they got the best, who is it? Laredo? He's has the best offensive year, even though conditions may have been different. He had the best offensive year in the history of the league.
He's insane.
Yes, one time.
Yeah, here I'll bring that up. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a crazy season. He put up 10 WAR and I'm pretty sure Chris had him playing center field and he had like negative 20 like zone rating that year. So this guy had I swear he was on pace for like 13, 14 WAR.
Yeah, that's a crazy year. So highest OPS in the history of the league.
Yep.
And that's a guy you gotta be scared of. As I was hate watching the Rollers, he didn't have a good start. He did not have a good start to the year. This guy ended up at 320, 36, 111,
7.2 WAR.
Yeah. That's a huge year for the type of start that this guy had.
Yep.
So I mean, it wasn't that big start. I think I'm looking now. In July, he hit 186, for instance.
Yeah, it's crazy to think this guy's not 30 years old yet.
Yeah, they don't have months like that when the 7.2 WAR guy usually doesn't have a month like that. So this guy could take the series over.
Yep.
I'd pitch around him. I'd throw at him. I wish there was a button for that in this game, but there's not.
Yep. He's he's got the best bullpen ERA in the Ice Conference, and you can see just the back end of his bullpen, just like the team we just looked at, Bighorn, just great back end.
Yeah.
But I think Tim's done a pretty good job. You got to remember he does have a TBL championship back in 2005, 2004, a long time ago. And then
with Montreal, right?
With Montreal, and then he rejoined the league. So he's a smart GM.
OGs will know that he also took over a very good franchise back then. Who was the first guy to run that franchise?
Montreal, I don't know. It shifted a few hands. There was someone super crazy right before Tim. I remember that. He actually did a podcast with us, and then accused. He flipped out about the over budget trade rule and went on some diatribe in chat and then quit. It's very interesting, but.
Well, I wish I could see those communications, but that's interesting because that was a good franchise when Tim took it over, and he's gonna be Las Vegas is gonna be fine. They're gonna be fine. I think they're favored in this series, but we'll get into Carolina.
Yeah, we'll see. Carolina, not the hottest offense, but their pitching and their defense has been really good this year. Um, and their first playoff appearance, we should say, great job on the rebuild. Maybe year one of the rebuild, we'll see if we can continue the momentum. But this is one of the worst franchises in the TBL, without question. Actually, I might say it's the worst.
Yeah. I could, this is we were talking about the history of franchises in this league before we got on, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of things that went on with this franchise that Mike probably doesn't even know about. The first owner, I forget who I should remember his name, but because he traded me Matt Clark, who was actually no,
Jack.
he traded me Matt Clark. Anyway,
Jack.
No, Jack was first. All right. So he always brought guys up when they're like 19 or 20. He didn't care how good they were, and they would either start their clock early, they get injured, they become distressed assets. You could pick them up through different means. I remember he was always good for that, which kind of led me to Matt Clark. But it's a franchise that it was never correctly ran as far as just roster management, and that's changed.
To me,
that's something where
I was just going to say, yeah, to me that those earlier. So this was the last franchise ever to make the TBL playoffs. They did it in 2008. He finally figured out. Jack was here till mid 2011. That's when he took off. So he did make the playoffs those 3 years. He finally did build a good team around a pitcher named Boyd. I forget his first name, but he was pretty good.
Yeah, I think he pitched for me. He wasn't good.
Yeah,
I remember. Yeah.
And then he kind of just gave up when his team got off to a slow start in 2011 and just tore it all down. Might have even been 2010. I don't even remember, but I felt like he tore it down a little too early. And the franchise never really got a good return for that, and then just kind of traveled through a handful of different GMs. But obviously, I think they're in good hands now. Mike has been super aggressive with trades. He's gotten really good returns, especially early on. I was surprised how many first-round picks he pulled out of people.
Yeah.
And his team's, I mean, obviously looking pretty good. A pretty good bounce here. The question is going to be, can he sustain it with such a challenging franchise?
Correct. He's seen the rebuild through. A lot of GMs, they show up. Doesn't matter if it's a TBL or any other online league. They show up, say they want to go through a rebuild, start it off, and then it's just not fun. It's too time consuming. It's too intensive to make a trade and have the communication.
Trading's hard. Trading's hard.
Yeah, that's why.
Good deal with another human being.
Yeah, exactly. So, OTP is a game, or people who don't. It's not. It's something. A lot of people play against the AI, and then they go into a league, and then they just can't make any moves, and
or they don't know the value. They undersell. They oversell.
Yeah,
something.
Don't know the value.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to find value. Every league's different, candidly.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. But Mike, yeah, he saw it through, and there are some interesting trades that he's made.
Yeah.
There's one that he traded Billy Perez, I think it was, to New York, who's one of the top pitchers in this conference. First, I think it was like a 6th or 5th rounder, and the guy just blew up when he got to New York. So I wanted to see this group of talent with that type of ace or that type of star player. I think we're still waiting on that, but they're a good team.
Yeah, I feel like they have a pretty good pipeline still, right? If they had those many high picks, I haven't really looked, but they've got some top prospects
the
here.
The kid Trevor Jordan could turn into a guy like Laredo was talking about before, switch hitter, big eye. And, he's just
what I noticed about his prospect pipeline too, a lot of pitchers. So he's building a staff correctly, which is always the hardest thing to build, I think. And yeah,
it's tough because it's not only that. It's did the guy take care of the personnel in the minors? Is there does he have good coaching? Does he have all those other things?
The details.
Yeah, so those things usually you get to a franchise, and those things aren't in place. But he's doing a good job with it.
Yep. But so obviously the challenge, 32nd out of 32 in budget, 32 out of 32 in payroll. He will get a bump next year. The thing that's harder to move the needle on is market size, fan loyalty. You really got to start winning and winning consistently, and he's going to have to do it in challenging circumstances because some of these teams have $60 million budget more than them. But hey, again, he's super capable. I'm looking forward to seeing him bring this team at least back to the middle before maybe having to go into another rebuild and maybe to the top if he gets lucky. So
yeah, his shortstop may be rookie of the year. I don't know about. Tell me about that one. I haven't done the whole thing yet, but good shortstop.
You're talking about this guy?
Which guy?
Briskowski?
Yeah, that guy. The guy that was where he's thanking Tim for,
Oh yeah, I see that. Yep. Oh, I did see that comment. I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah. There'd be beef.
Yep.
That was like, let's put it this way: Tim's a nice guy. That was Steve.
All right,
anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, let's take a look at the next matchup. We gotta ways to go here. This is a familiar matchup. Oh, we should just talk about the matchup real quick. We just talked about the teams, but 3-1. Played 4 times. Obviously, not the same division here. In favor of the Reapers. So we'll see how that plays out. 9th best in runs scored, so not a really top scoring offense. But again, the pitching staff has been really good here. And Las Vegas all around pretty good. 2nd in runs scored, 6th in runs against. A lot that goes into those numbers, obviously, but just highlight them.
I think that Carolina's got to play a clean series. That's the number one thing for them. That's the margin they win on is great defense, no error, low errors, run prevention. If it's clean, you got a shot for sure. And we've always seen anything happen in these series.
Yep. I'm just trying to think here. Actually, is Carolina at home? Yeah, Carolina's at home because Carolina finished in 2nd in their division, and Las Vegas was a wild card. So even though Las Vegas had a slightly better record, Carolina gets the home field advantage here. So, all right, New Orleans and Denver, a super familiar matchup. I didn't do the math beforehand of how many times these teams have matched up, but it's more than 5, I want to say, in the last decade. Yeah. Surprised.
Monsters in this league. 2 monsters in this league.
Yeah, both these franchises have been crazy. I wrote those fake little stories, and both of these teams got covered, and it blew me away how many Rookie of the Years that the Mudcats have had, how many Pitcher of the Years the Mudcats have had. It's been crazy the amount of accolades that have gone to their players, and then of course we know what Jay's done over in Denver with back-to-back championships here and 4 total now. What are we at? I don't even know. I'm losing count.
Okay. Well, Jay's the.
We'll start with Jay.
We're talking about with relationships and making trades and doing things because he's like one of my favorite GMs. I make a trade whatever I made and it's in whatever.
Jay is
I was fine with it.
Jay's the man. Jay's he's a super good salesman, and he's super active. He's not afraid to start the conversation, which 90% of GMs are, and he gets rewarded for that. He is also very innovative. Trading for $60 million over his budget, for example.
I'm not gonna. I don't know who made that. All right, so maybe people new to the league.
Well, if anybody that's new to the league wants to hear my opinion, you could get more for the cash you're sending away. You could get higher draft picks. You could ask for more. You're certainly giving away a lot of.
Get 2 players. There's too many teams in this league.
You're basically giving away a superstar. Think about it that way. If you're giving $30 million away, that's a superstar. So,
Right. So you could do a lot more than just trading it for picks. But especially to Denver and
especially to Denver.
Two teams operating. He's operating with a $300 million budget, pretty much.
Yep. The strategy should be get an offer from Denver and then shop elsewhere. I'm just kidding, Jay.
I do it all the time. I tell him I shop.
Well, I do too. I mean, if you're in sales, then you should be looking for the best deal.
But the great thing is that he's willing to have the conversation. So this team is it's a team that has a lot of high-end talent. You think that he got burned by the late season injuries. Still enough to get by.
Every league needs their Dodgers, their Yankees, and that's that's who Jay is. Jay is our LA Dodgers. So he's, again, like you said, one of my favorite GMs. I actively root against him every single season. including this year. Actually, I actually like him a little more this year because he's not the favorite, because he did kind of struggle this season. We should probably talk about that. He finished 30 games over 500, but he was like, what, 2 or 3 games under 500? Like, I want to say like at the halfway point.
Yeah. So he won 96 games with a team that half of the guys missed the year. Half of the big players or weren't even on his team. So he's I can't see him in the next round. But I'm rooting for New Orleans. We can get into that. But I'm definitely rooting for New Orleans. And yeah, please take Jay out here. We need this to break up.
I always root for the underdog. So unfortunately, Jay's not on my root for list this year.
I think this is even, honestly. So I'm not gonna like.
Again, he's the OG. He's the top dog. He's got 4 championships. Yeah. So everybody's chasing Jay right now.
Yeah, I'd love to. Well, both these teams too much, but New Orleans way too much to think that they are some type of real underdog here because.
Oh, for sure, they're not. They're not. I mean, actually, I'm kind of surprised they made the postseason. I didn't see them as a playoff team this year, and they kept going forward. So.
I kind of, teams that are built on, they've always had great pitching, but he's got a couple of young guys. Everybody's left-handed, which is why I want to see them because Reyna destroys left-handed pitching. Please, New Orleans win. I lose to him too much to actually.
Like New Orleans this year, though, like just looking at them, they were so average. They were such an average team, which I guess is good enough. I mean, we'll get to my team. I was so below average, so I shouldn't even fucking talk. But
well, hold on a second. We just said that they had insane historical high-end talent. Mike Shane was one of the biggest. I think he went to the Hall of Fame this year.
Oh, I mean this year's Mudcats. This year's Mudcats.
Oh, this year's Mudcats. Yeah, sorry about that.
88 and 74. They just snuck in. They were 8th in runs scored, 8th in runs against. That's like literal middle of the pack.
Yeah. The numbers don't look great pitching wise. They just don't. Let me take a look at their.
Joe Barnes looks sexy as hell. He had a great.
Yeah.
What I want to say is rookie season.
So, 16 and 10 in August, 17 and 9 in September, 5 and 3 in October. They're hot right now. So, 2.5 months of playing good ball.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a team,
it's a team to watch out for. Well, like I said, I didn't think they were going to be in this year, and that's probably why they were off to such a slow start there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ryan's been in the league since like 2007, 2008. He's been in forever. Jay's been here since like 2005, 2006. Both these guys very familiar with the playoffs. We'll just look at their history real quick. Again, we saw the 4 championships and a lot of success here. New Orleans looks just as decorated. 2 championships, a ton of playoff appearances. So
exactly.
I'm rooting for New Orleans to win and then New Orleans to lose.
Yeah, exactly. Another PSA to any GMs listening to this. Yeah, once Jay is in salary hell, don't don't go crazy and give away 15 picks for Paul Coradorosaurus, whatever his name is.
We turn the Wild Card podcast into the Jay bashing podcast. Yeah, the Jay advisory podcast.
I say that as I'm very adamant about some of the trades he makes. But
I was just gonna say, looking at the matchup for these two teams, pretty even this year, which is what we expect from these two teams, having matched up a million times in the past few years. 7-5 in Denver's favor. Again, 3rd in runs scored, 2nd in runs against. They had a great team. Didn't have those wins at the beginning of the season, but we all knew what Denver was going to be. And they're, again, I think one of the favorites to win this year, even though they had a rough season. And then the kind of the average season from New Orleans, the definite underdog in this series. Would you agree with that?
I mean, as a gambler, we are the money line. We would bet New Orleans money for the series. We'd bet them to win. If we're getting underdog, we're getting money on New Orleans. A team that hot over the last 2.5 months, we're going with New Orleans.
Hey, fair. I like those betting odds. And just the historical matchup. It's kind of like, the Giants playing the Cowboys.
Yeah.
So you know the Cowboys are going to win.
Let's not talk about any of that.
All right, on to the next team in the Ice Conference. The last matchup here, I should say. The Baltimore Blue Crabs, our newest franchise in Baltimore, with our newest franchise in Rochester, along with our newest franchise in Carolina. I guess they're all brand new this year. But yeah, Steve, back in Baltimore, back in the playoffs. Michael, you got the Rochester Stars here in the playoffs for the second straight year. Let's take a look at these teams real quick. And the Rochester North Stars won the J Division, so they're for real. They've arrived.
Oh, one of my favorite teams as far as construction, because a lot of the tenets that we have, speed, good base running, pitching, everyday stuff, fielding. They got it. They got it. So, love this team. Love Rochester.
Yeah, another team in the bottom half of the budget and payroll. Well constructed. Their whole starting rotation is guys on rookie contracts, and Mike Taylor looks like he's going to be pretty nice. I love a guy with a really good stamina and holds runners. I don't know why. I know they're not like the best bars, but like.
Well, against a team like Rochester, you're gonna need that, right? So, Mike, that's that you got to hold Jeff Bass on. We'll get into Jeff Bass, but those guys at the top of the lineup. Just some teams like my team, you gotta hold them. Gotta hold them to one base. You can't turn a walk into a double, into a triple. You gotta make sure that doesn't happen. So, that's Rochester's game. They do. It's a good way to, I think, build a team. Very impressed by the build. Yeah. And it's really a rebuild.
Yeah, I mean, this team's been a perpetual rebuild until the last few seasons. They've been absolutely terrible as a franchise, as a expansion franchise. Obviously peaked into the playoffs for the first time last year, and now have gotten better. So this is really, I think, is wide open for them to make a run at this thing. I think they are definitely a team that's dangerous. And then we've got Baltimore, and we'll just talk about Steve's team, but he's already proclaimed that this is an easy sweep in the first round, so I don't even know why we bother.
All right, well,
it's hard to disagree. I mean, his team doesn't look that. He's kind of right. His team doesn't look great on paper.
But that's another thing. I just talked about the last 2.5 months for New Orleans, so let me see what they've done here, because he was complaining about them fading. Yeah, I mean, they haven't played well in a month, and I don't know, man. I think that his teams are always good. I think his energy makes him not play well. I don't know how that works. Like if that goes to just fucking screen or something, I don't even know how that really happens, but I think he's just, it's vibes, man. You can't.
I wish I remembered
about your players like that. You can't talk shit about your players like that.
I wish I remembered 2001 version of Steve, because I can't remember if this negative energy was like preloaded on his team or if it happened. Because he had a really we got when we're talking about history of the league, we got to talk like his first 5 or 6 seasons. He was like an 85 win team and would miss the playoff in the last weekend like every year.
I'm pretty sure the Reaper showed up the first spring training sim for whatever his top pick in the inaugural draft was. I think that's what happened there. And the great commissioner made these things called division chats. Which
I wasn't in that division chat.
Well, if you want to put either the people are not gonna like each other the most in the one chat, that would be it. And
ours was pretty mute, to be honest. It's funny.
Yeah, nobody wanted to talk to each other. I think I brought it up early, and I don't know. Yeah. And, I brought up his injury woes or whatever, and it wasn't cool with him. So, no, I actually love Steve. I think he brings the most flavor of any GM. Jay, we talk about communication. Steve is the guy who he talks that shit I like. I think he's very direct. There's some. He has some great teams, some good teams. They fall short, all the time. So I like him for that reason. And he's just a fun GM to have. The teams are always good. This team has a chance.
For sure. And the thing I appreciate any GM who's talking and contributing to the conversation. Because we definitely have a lot of GMs who kind of like hang out in the background of this league, and always would like to see a little more engagement, because it builds on just the community that we have here. So for sure, Steve is one of the most important parts of the league. So don't leave, Steve, please. Thanks.
He's threatened it 30 times.
Yeah.
What a DC, Maryland, Virginia franchise too? How many times are they gonna move?
I thought he was going to curse himself again moving back to Baltimore, and he tried really hard down the stretch, but he survived.
Yeah. But it's like every team that they even have in like the NFL or whatever. It doesn't matter what it is. They always move it within the DMV. They don't go anywhere else.
Yeah.
That's the same thing with them. It's kind of crazy. It's just bad vibes for I mean, these guys probably don't like that part of it. I'll tell you what Steve has going on for him though in this series. A lot of lefties in the lineup. Mike Taylor's a
for sure
lefty starter. Those guys can go eat against these righties if they're hot. So I think that's his edge there.
Yeah, no, I think he's got a very solid team, and he always does. He like you said, he's always kind of really built a quality team, and he has been unlucky at times. Like, there's no doubt about it. So I don't think he's ever someone to sleep on, and I think his team could easily advance. Ice Conference, it's weird. The top has traditionally done better and kind of held their own, where the Fire Conference has been a little more of a wild card with who advances. But you never know. I think, yeah.
Well, the super teams are in the ice. Let's put it.
True. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, if you remember, for a while, Las Vegas was cursed, though. They had like the best record in the league multiple times, and then didn't really advance until they finally broke through.
Well,
so
New Orleans would be right there, or Vegas. But I'm gonna say that. Let me go on a tangent real quick. There's teams like Montreal, New York this year. There's teams that would be in the Fire playoffs every single year that miss out in the ice.
Yeah.
I'll put that out there.
No, it's true. So, all right, that's the Ice Conference. Let's take a look at the Fire Conference real quick. Real quick, I say, right? It's been about, who knows, half an hour. But let's take a look at the Fire Conference. We've got San Diego Seals, Alex's team, and the Kansas City Scouts matching up. Brad and San Diego, they were like 10 games under 500, I want to say like 60 games into the season. And then they went on a run midway through, and then they just kind of held on at the end. That was their season this year.
He always has a knack for putting together enough talent to challenge in the Fire, and that's not a derogatory statement about the Fire, but he always has the ability to get some free agents, spend some money the right way. He hits up Somerville for a trade every once in a while. That's how you get in the playoffs. So
he's not afraid to dump a bunch of assets for a piece, like when he's competing.
Not afraid to do it. BJ Swart, we talked about top 5 players. He's probably the number one.
He's probably the top player of all time. Yeah, and he made that huge trade for him years ago. He's done other big trades like that too.
Yeah, I ran into that team in the championship, and that was the difference. He went and got BJ Swart. So he's definitely a respected GM, and he does a great job every year.
He's got another one of those premium pieces we see across a lot of these playoff teams, which is a top end closer in Jake Metzger. What can I say? He was in the TBL championship last year, I'm pretty sure, and lost in 7 games. And I'm pretty sure he lost in like the 8th inning of Game 7. Jay beat him, I think, by scoring a couple of runs in the bottom of the 8th, and that was it. So he was that close to his second championship last year. Of course, as my brother in real life, I root against him since we both have one championship. Until I get my second, then maybe I'll root for him to try to catch up at that point.
Nah, you gotta get more than 2, bro. You gotta get at least.
I root for him to keep going until he faces my team. I hope we both get, just looking at the tree here, I hope we both get to the conference championship, and then I beat him soundly to advance. That's always my wish for the Fire Conference.
I bet we get the in-game sim or in-game what do you call it? Podcast or podcast. I bet we get it for that one. Which I love, by the way. I don't know what happened to that, but I loved it.
Well, you mean like doing the championship with like the players running around the bases and
In
all
the
that?
game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun. It takes up some time. Maybe we can revisit it for sure. But yeah. But anyways, this team, a good team on paper. Looking at their opponent, we've got the Scouts, and Brad's built a really good team over the last few years. I think it's been a couple things. He inherited a situation where this I felt like the Kansas City Scouts were actually on a good path when I forget who the GM was before Brad, but they were moving in the right direction, and I thought
he was all right.
Say that again.
He was all right. He was good.
Yeah, he was good, and honestly, just had to leave for personal reasons. And you know, since Brad took over, he's done a really good job like building on that momentum and has built a really strong team in the Fire Conference. Just looking here, I mean, the pitching categories off the charts. Offense isn't too bad.
Listening or if he ever will comment on this, but he had a guy, Shane Wilson, who he's in Montreal now. This guy, he got like 35 home. He was one of the best players in the fire in the ice.
Yeah, I see him.
And he just let him go. And I think that's what this team, that extra bat, would separate them. Maybe in the whole entire conference, but I'd like to know what happened there if the guy just asked for too much money. But it's a good team.
It must have been a money thing. I mean,
yeah, it had to have been because the guy signed for.
And candidly, I don't blame him for letting him go. Just looking at his bars, like I see he's like a 70 overall. I'm only looking at OSA. I'm not cheating. I'm looking at my scout, but if you see the stream, I mean, he doesn't look super impressive. But yeah, if you look at his WAR, I mean, he's been one of the top players in the league. Super under my radar, that's for sure. He's at 40 WAR. I mean, this dude's 27 years old.
So that was
that's insane.
Yeah, that's an interesting move there. This Kansas City team could use that player. So that's the only comment I have on them as far as the actual roster construction completely this year. Because it's a strong team everywhere else. McGuigan is a guy who may be enough. Who knows?
What are your thoughts on, just to go back on Wilson though, like what are your thoughts on this guy? Like how is he this good, I guess? I just don't understand. Like, am I seeing? I don't know what I'm not seeing that makes this guy.
Well, all right. Here's the thing about
his contract's crazy.
The bars. All right. So the basic batting rating. It's nice if they do that every day. They don't. Obviously, it's baseball. But we were just talking about the last GM he came from in Kansas City. There, the guy knows how to play. You know, so. There's a lot of guys. There's a lot of time guys have these type of bars, and they just hit like Q10, and they're like 4A guys, or they're on the bench or whatever. And then there's guys like this that put it together. I think that's more just the hidden ratings.
Sure.
Baseball IQ is one of the things that people don't really maybe pay attention to, but those things are huge. Doesn't strike out. He's in the. It's a high WOBA profile. A lot of gap, a lot of doubles, triples, home runs. You will take a walk. Fly ball hitter. I don't know what type of perk. I think Montreal has a bandbox. Home run hitters thrive there. Steve Moss was the guy who had like 500 or something there. It's that type of park for that. So it's synergy. It's
Yeah.
Skill, guy, place, where he came from. I mean, you gotta give Kansas City credit for making the guy.
Yeah. Yep. I guess it's just a guy that would never pop out to me. If I looked at him, I'd skip right over him. But yeah, you're right. I mean, Justin Marshall comes to mind in that whole category too, right?
Those guys. Keep skipping over those guys. Listen to your gut.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Please do it.
Yep. Well, don't worry. I'm in the Fire Conference, so you have nothing to worry about in terms of skill set. But all right. The Scouts. Let's take a look at this team though. Like before we just kind of gloss over who they are. I mean, Rivera's a killer ace. This guy's coming into his own. I love a workhorse like this who can just like throw a million innings. We were talking about Terrence Mason, the best Australian ever, in chat the other day. 270 innings in a season, but 240 is nothing to shrug your.
Well, this is one of the for a left-handed pitcher. He's sitting at what 98 to 100 with a split change curveball. Great control, crossover lefty, gets righties out. So he's a workhorse. 240. I will never allow a pitcher plus the playoffs to pitch 240.
37 starts is nuts.
Yeah, that's like I can't. I'm so scared. I can't do that. But he did it, and hopefully he has some juice for the playoffs. But really, when you talk about when I talk about pitching, I always like to look at the pitch quality and the mix. This is as good as it gets. This guy's the goods.
Yeah, he's a lefty. He won pitcher of the year last year, and he led the pitchers in WAR this year. So I know a lot of people. Well, I guess the computer's voting now, but I wouldn't be surprised if he was pitcher of the year again this year.
But the computer's voting. What about for GM of the year?
Not GM of the year. I hope everybody votes for GM of the year. But I just got sick of. I didn't want votes to be made up of 12 people out of 32 voting. So if we can't get 50% part, letting the AI do it.
Well, all right. Let's take another tangent here. Have you ever thought of doing it like the pro leagues do it and closing, or just having it open from like the 3/4 mark of the season all the way to the end of the season, and then closing it right there, not even having the playoffs involved?
We could do that. I mean, if you think it would make a difference, but
I don't know. I just think that would get more participation.
There is a proposals channel, JR. So if you think that's a great idea, I welcome it.
I got it muted.
But Brad Wilson, this dude's been a stud on the team for a while too. So I feel like we are going off a little bit, but Kansas City here is definitely a dangerous team. So I think they might be slightly favored in this series. They are the home team as well. They got
is insane. The starting pitch,
it's
really good. We'll get into Virginia, and there's differences in the type of pitching that they have, but I think that separates them in the whole entire.
He's got like two closer types at the back end here: Dustin Potter and Alvarez.
Exactly that.
Yep.
Yeah, like that to see that's how you win games, right? You end them in the 7th and 8th inning. Those two guys are going to do it.
Yeah. Matchup again, not the same division, so just 4 games. But the Seals actually had the 3-1 advantage here. Seals had the 3rd most runs scored in the Fire Conference, 7th runs against, so both above average. And then kind of the inverse on the other side, 7th in runs scored for the Scouts and 2nd in runs against. So we'll see who wins that matchup. On to the next one.
I got Kansas City.
Kansas City. I'm leaning towards Kansas City.
Too much pitching.
Again, I'll root for my brother until he faces me, and then, or until he gets to the championship, and then he's gonna have to lose. But wait, who did you have? Baltimore or Rochester? Just while we're on the record here.
I'm gonna take Baltimore now.
All right, I had Rochester in this one. New Orleans, Denver.
Yeah. I got New Orleans.
I have Denver. I'm rooting for New Orleans. And then Las Vegas, Carolina. Vegas. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that as well. All right.
Yeah.
Huron and San Antonio. So we've got Daniel. Again, I feel like this was a surprise playoff team. And kind of looking at his stat rankings there, he might agree, but we'll take a look at his team in a second. And then San Antonio, Daryl's actually built a pretty strong team over the last couple of years, so not surprised to see him back there. And he, of course, just missed out on winning the Ruby Division by a couple of games. So yeah, we'll take a look at these teams. And they did split 2-2 this season. What are your thoughts on the Huron Herons this year?
We're talking about teams or franchises that managers take over and kind of like see if they're gonna crash them. And hey, I don't see the Huron's gonna be one of those. And somehow they went from like I don't know what they won. Let's see, 69 games last year.
Bounce back.
Somehow they snuck in. Yeah, I don't know how much of that is the conference and the DNA of the franchise. I think I don't know if we talked about it online or offline. Yeah, like the Hurons, they win. The Hurons win. So why not? Why shouldn't it be that, right?
Yeah.
So why shouldn't they be that team that wins 85 wins, sneaks in, whatever? So, is it a flawed team? Yeah. Do they have a chance?
Hey, it's the Fire Conference. Let me remind you. So any shitty team has a chance in the Fire Conference. If we're talking about history.
Well, all right. I'll give you my pick once we get to San Antonio.
For sure.
I know who I'm rooting for, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Daniel shifted to the Herons when they opened up. He was running the Winston-Salem Camels for a little while, and I don't blame him for getting out of that situation.
Oh yeah. But that's part of the. That's why I said it was like that was it Rochester. They had a rebuild because of that move, so they had to really take the reins over there. But
where's the?
Yeah, I mean, let me see what Huron does.
I'm just curious what his prospect pipeline looks like right now, because I feel like he's been doing some. Why am I losing that screen? Oh, here it is. Just kind of curious what his minor league system looks like. He's got a lot of guys in the top 500. I don't know how much you put into that. I think top prospects mean.
All right, let's get this. When I look at the OSA, first off, what is OSA? OSA is out of work. I don't know what the definition in the game is. Out of work scouts. All right, dog shit scouts. All right, so the whole prospects thing. Okay.
Well,
it's nice to be on the list.
It's about depth, in my opinion. Minor league depth.
Yeah, but I don't think it really considers positionality, optionality, position strength, anything
that's true for sure.
Really important when it comes to playing the game of baseball. So, no, I mean we'll look at the rankings, but at the same time, that was just my rant on the prospect rankings.
No, for sure. I mean, it's definitely a super flawed system. I love how we have Reese in the league, and he's providing another look at things as well, which is always cool. I mean, just looking at this, like, kind of, if we're gonna look at this at all, cheat code. Not a lot of top 100 prospects, not a lot of top end talent, but I feel like his system has a lot of depth, so maybe he can plug and play. But you're right; it doesn't account for positions. Like, I don't see a catcher anywhere on this list.
For our purposes, it's good to look at it because I'm not going to go through every minor league team and
right. Yeah, we can't comb through it. So
got going on.
Yeah.
But he's got pitchers. Got pitchers, and that's important, right? So let me see. I want to take a look at this guy, Midori.
If this, I was going to say, if this team's going to do anything, it's going to be on the pitching side right now too.
Yeah, man. I like to see the type of pitchers people get because, like I say, the prospect stuff I don't get crazy with, but I like to see certain archetypes. This guy's got a 6'4" stud daddy. He's throwing 94. With a cutter. He's got a good mix. Like he's got guys that, they throw hard. It looks like they're going in the right direction. He's got a guy. This guy Chris Addy. It's already up to 100. The cut and the fastball. Forget the rest of it. Good luck.
And the stamina and holds runners. Oh, music to my ears.
Yeah, like that's those are the guys you want right here. So
I'm actually confused.
92 OSA rank. Okay.
I see OSA showing this guy is 80 stamina, but it's not a full bar. I've never seen that before. I feel like I have it at 80 max, but I don't know. Maybe my game's tripping.
Whenever I see an 80, it's not a full bar.
Really?
So.
Maybe I just haven't noticed that. Shit. All right. Anyways, that's enough about Daniel's team. Good luck to him. He's playing against San Antonio. Let's look at Daryl's team real quick. Daryl's been successful, not a champion. This is his third straight year.
Yeah, I have nothing good to say about this franchise. All right. The guy wants to go crazy about a trade, and he throws out memes that are like, bro, come on.
Daryl likes. He's a very emotional GM. He likes to ramp it up.
So
for sure.
He's passive aggressively. Like he disappears for how many months, and he comes back with a rant about a trade. There's something else that. Somebody was having a feel good. Oh, he was having a feel good moment today. Oh wow, this is This is a great series. Daryl said that every one of his teams was doing well in AAA, basically, and Daniel's like, not to drown in your comments.
Oh, yeah. They're matched up against each other. I didn't even put that together. Yeah. That's great. Yeah. I like how you're starting these rivalries, JR, before the series starts. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
So
Yep.
I'm Team Daniel, man. I can't. I try to downplay it, talking about his team, and like, oh, no. This is.
I'll say San Antonio is the clear favorite here.
Go get him. Yeah, go get him.
Daryl's the clear favorite here. He doesn't have I feel like not a ton of top end talent on here. The pitching staff is kind of mid, in my opinion. But the offense is really good. He's got some really nice pieces, some young pieces here. This guy's been injured, but he looks nice.
I liked his signing of Joe Aristad. That was good for these high AAV short-term contracts. That's a good one.
That is a great one.
He paid some Founts, Jamie Fonts. He paid him $50 million a year for 2 years. $200 million pay.
He just signed this. He signed this international this year who led off and hit 32 home runs and stole 96 bases. That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
So that was a really nice pickup. So he did, and this is a cheap contract if this guy repeats those numbers over the next few years. That's actually a really nice pickup.
Like huge numbers. That's a great pickup by him.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
Look at his salary page.
How do you slip through? What was his? I'm gonna check my scouting here.
I mean, how'd he slip through? He must have been signed on day one, right? No, January. So people just didn't pick up on him. So a couple sims went by.
Well, let's see. He's line drives, spray on the ground. Listen, if you get a lefty, because you gotta think about the batting profiles and ratings. He's a line drive hitter, sprays it on the ground. So a lot of ground balls to the right, shortstop's right. With that type of speed, just can equal, hits and chaos. So I always love that profile.
Which guy?
Kuriowa. It's
yeah.
Kuriowa.
We'll go with Iwa.
Yeah. Like, he's got a very nice total card as far as what he brings to the table. Keeps things loose, has a prankster. I love that. Those guys are tough.
I mean, he's kind of a shitty outfielder, but...
Yeah, he's playing DH.
Is he? I mean, he played 70 games, 80, 90 games in the field.
Oh, he did? Well, well, we'll see what happens in this series, right? So that's important because, I don't know, kind of...
You're right, he is DH, though, right now, so...
Yeah. So... go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, again, all these teams have really nice back-end closers. This is actually, ratings-wise, not as good as the other ones we've seen, but he had 48 saves this year. His numbers have been great. He's got 2 nice pitches. Just the controls off a little every once in a while, looks like, but...
Well, is that bad control? Is that bad?
45?
Bad low control? Yeah.
OSA, but...
Nah, not with the stuff. That guy's got to be scary to stand in against. So...
Yeah.
He can hit you.
I don't think it's bad control. I think he's like the type of pitcher who's like, he pitches really well, and then maybe every once in a while he has an outing where he walks a couple guys and gets away. But
well, I think for guys like this, balls in play just suck. Like, there's guys like this, if they can strike out enough guys, he's not actually striking out. That's a low strikeout rate. I thought he had a higher one.
11.6.
Yeah, like he had a lower strikeout rate. He was less than the K per inning. I thought he had a higher one, but when if he has a higher one, those walks, those balls, the walk is not a ball in play late in the game, and if a guy can really strike guys out, it's not that bad to have that type of control.
Yep. So I think San Antonio is the clear favorite in the series. You are rooting for the Herons. Sounds like.
Oh, let's go, Huron. Beat this fucking name. Like, get this guy out of
here. I'll root for Huron. I'll root you.
That was nice.
I'll root for Huron just because I don't want to see anybody in my division win. Same with San Diego. I mean, again, I'm rooting for him maybe to win a round, but after that, it's just.
All right. Yeah. Denver sent me an illegal trade.
Some people really root for people in their own division. I don't get it. I want nothing but
completely.
I want nothing but failure for you. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I'm not gonna get. We haven't talked about some of the teams near the bottom. There's a few managers that I'm like, good. But I like.
It's expected, 32 personalities in a league. Not everybody's gonna be.
Yeah, I like
kumbaya.
the guys in my conference, honestly, like Denver, I truly don't have any ill will towards Denver. I just don't agree with people alluding. I don't know, doing whatever they do whenever Denver makes a deal.
Yeah, it's hey, he's again. It's just yeah, he knows. He knows.
You sent me a trade. You sent me a trade just now for
Just now.
5 picks and $50 million for Paul Corridor. So,
Well, as long as you don't hit accept, you're in good shape. So don't worry about it.
yeah.
All right, on to the last matchup because we should start the playoffs by 9 o'clock since we said we were gonna
Nice.
run at 9 tonight. The Oahu Paddlers in the playoffs again
Yeah.
against the Virginia Rebels, who again just missed out on the 1 seed. So clear favorite in this series. They did take the 3-1 series advantage. And just looking at the runs scored, runs against makes me laugh. Second for Virginia and first against. I was 12th and 10th. I don't even know how I'm a playoff team. I'm probably a playoff team because 3 teams in the Ruby lost 100 games this year.
You are a playoff team because of Israel Esperanza.
He's pretty sexy.
A Hall of Famer.
For sure. First ballot, I hope.
First ballot, and having a monster September.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, nine homers, he had 303, 19 ribeyes.
Yeah, I saw you won player of the week at least once, maybe twice.
1090 OPS.
Yep.
Those are guys you pay right there. So
yeah. The other bat in my lineup, Marinelli, he had a nice end of the season too, but then he suffered an injury in the last week. Actually lost 3 starters in the very last week of the season. So I'm going in hobbled. On top of being the worst team in the Fire Conference. So I do expect to win a championship, if that's what you're asking. So yes.
Okay.
Yep.
That's such a bad beat. Marinelli is a durable player with a fractured finger. What he got hit by? I guess he got hit by a pitch. So I don't know, but
Mexico City.
It's not, it's not this back strains or any of that. It's just, it's dumb luck. So yeah.
Yep.
That's a tough beat right there.
I really don't have any stars on my pitching staff. I've had a really nice season from Matt Cruiser. Walks a lot of guys. I mean, he's nothing special. He's done really well this year. Hope he keeps it up for a few more weeks. My bullpen, this is something you will not see from any other playoff team. This is terrible. Yeah, it really is my offense. And my offense isn't anything special. Like, Esparza put up 3.8 WAR this year, right? Like, he's not the best. Bobby Ola, who, like, has historically been great for me, major step back this year. So I'm just happy to be here.
How much did you shock Bobby Ola? Because I was always looking at Bobby Ola as a guy that, with that contract, I thought would be moved by this point from Oahu.
He was on the market. I think his biggest drawback is he really just plays first base, right? So, first baseman with 35 power. Not everybody's looking for that. He's been great for me. But
short list of one of the best leadoff men in TBL history, though.
For sure.
So,
Yep.
Not many of those guys running around.
500 stolen base club, 40 WAR. He's on the decline now, so I think after he took a kind of a hit this year, I mean he could always bounce back, right? You never know. But after he took a hit this year and he's being owed $30 million a year, unless I retain half of that contract, I'm sure I won't move him next year. Which I might, if anybody's asking, if you want, Bobby Ola for $15 a year, just ask.
Welcome to Denver, Bobby Ola.
Jay will back this up. I don't trade with him very often, and part of it is because I'm the commish, I feel like, and I just can't empower Denver any more than he gets empowered. All right, and let's look at Virginia, because Virginia's been a really good team for several years now and hasn't had a ton of playoff luck. Divisional championship, and lost in the TBL championship when they won 84 games. If you go back to 2020, I think that was the season I like to cite where they were had a 10-game lead with 10 games left and then blew it. But let me just check real quick because I'm curious. Yeah, that's what started it all. So they won 162 that year. They were 152 and went on a 10-game losing streak at the end of the year, and Nashville won the division.
That's a team I thought of when I was deciding whether or not I was going to rest my players. And that version of the Virginia Rebels. Listen,
I was on vacation that year. I don't remember how that went down. I don't know if they're rested or not.
Yeah, the fans won't forgive. If it was, were a thing, the fans would never forgive you for that. It's that was a tough beat. I think this team is the best roster. This is the best roster, I think, in the conference because of the offense. It's just one of those offenses that, like, we talk about what to get balance. It's got everything across the board. So you think you're gonna maybe get some runs on them? No, lead the conference in the run prevention, and it's not just the pitching; it is the defense. First in efficiency, first in zone rating.
Yep.
So, I mean, you just named a bunch of things. Just they're the best at everything over the course of the 162. So, what's their? It doesn't always work out well.
They're the best team in the Fire Conference. I fully expect to beat them in 5 games.
Yeah. I don't know how many lefties they need in their pitching staff. I think they got 1, according to my. But at the same time.
Yeah, just the one. That is I guess that would be a weakness.
Yeah,
but
so,
I mean, when these guys have like sub 2.3 ERAs.
Yeah. There's teams that could eat against them because I don't know who's got a loaded left-handed whatever lineup, but that could be something that stops the Rebels. But outside of that, this is the best team in the conference.
Yeah, I will say, hey, I'm going to look for the positives for Oahu. They finished 3-5 in October. Not great, right? Let's not look at July, August, or September. But if I have anything going for me, I actually finished super strong as well. I won 20-6 in September, 4-4 in October.
Yeah.
But I shouldn't even be here, and I'm on a hot streak, so maybe I can run it a little longer.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. If you can get to their pitching, let me see what park look like. What ballpark look like.
It's pretty even, honestly. It's a pretty standard ballpark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Short shot to left, so lefties can listen. That's that Esperanza music there. You just get him in the home park for those 3 games in the middle. You clip them a couple times, and you have a shot.
Hey, let's hope. All right. Well, I think that breaks down our breakdown. Well, actually, I mean, we can advance forward in a second. Any teams you talked about not talking about the bad teams, but I don't know.
I could talk about them all day.
I'm sure we could. I don't want to go forever, but
yeah, I mean, we could. You want to just all right. So we could do this any which way. I could hit on a couple points that I would love to make.
All right, who do you want to start with?
Good. Philly. It's Nick Henson. He's not even in the division anymore. But that
was a bad trade.
That one was. Yeah, that
should have gotten a lot more. He's maybe the best pitcher in TBL history.
Of the Year award should be renamed after him when he retires. Okay.
No, I definitely thought he could have gotten a little more for that one. Vancouver's the same way. Chris definitely has traded away some people, like Christian Laredo. Traded him for like a ton of prospects, but I would like to see where any of those prospects are today.
Yeah, so prospects are suspect, right? So that's the thing there. I think that's the one team that has the minor league issues. Where I've seen, I think it's one of those teams. It's either Vancouver, but I think that you have to have more than. I can look right now. Hold on. So yeah, his low A team was 3-67. So stuff like that.
A lot of these.
I would just auto it.
I don't hate Philadelphia's situation though. They have like no contract committed right now.
That trade was interesting.
It was a long time ago. The Henson trade, honestly.
It was a long time ago too. That was an interesting one. Galveston, they popped up in the playoffs for a minute.
That's such a weird franchise. That franchise goes hot and cold all the time.
That's one of those DNA franchises where it's.
I agree. They're streaky as hell.
Gotta change it. Gotta just change. Yeah, like I think it was like 2021 they made the playoffs, and they're not. Everything looks good over there. Like everything, when I look at the prospects, everything looks good, but they just haven't come up with anything yet. So, I look at Galveston and teams like that, and I trade my first rounders because that don't mean anything to me when I see first round. It's tough. It's tough. You got to get the right guys coming through the system at the right time.
Yeah.
And I think that's what they suffer.
And then when they hit, you got to sign the right free agents. That's how you get the championship. But Tampa's another kind of weird one. John.
Oh my goodness.
John, I think this is his first online league, so he's getting his feet wet. He's learning some lessons, I think. He's so over budget right now. That's my only concern with him. He's like $50 million over his payroll.
I want to give him a vote for GM of the year because of that. I think that
I don't even know how he did that, honestly. But he's got to work out of it a little bit.
Well, you got to, but I think that if you're able to come into this any season being able to spend like $270 million somehow, you should get an award for that because the rules are really not built for you to do that.
Yeah, no, I legit, without him like trading for a bunch of cash, I don't know how he made that happen, but it's actually, it made me laugh. Actually, I had to rewrite the rule because we have a rule where if you're over budget, you're taxed 100% of what you're over. I can't tax him $70 million next year.
It's a great strategy. Like, I'm not making fun of your rules.
No, I'm going to try to help him out of that situation, but just very interesting situation.
Exactly. Yep. So that's good GMing there. But yeah, it's when we talk about this, like it was a historically good team. They were in the playoffs a bunch, and I don't want to say it'd be nice to see them back because they're in my conference, but whatever.
Yeah,
it'd be nice to see them back. Same with the Outlaws in your conference over there.
Yeah, I mean, they were one of the most successful franchises in TBL history. Reese has taken over definitely right at the end of that, and he's clearly a GM that, analyzes the data and has a lot of information, and I won't doubt to see him back towards the top in a couple of years. When you get to see under the hood of what a GM thinks, that definitely goes a lot towards opinion. Louisville, man, just like 500. Yeah. That's how I would describe Louisville. 500, likes to miss the playoffs in the last week of the season every year.
Yeah, Louisville. It's interesting. I don't know. They usually seem to have very good talent, and it's weird to miss. It's just weird to miss the playoffs at 500 in the fire. I don't know. It's gotta have. It's just, I don't know. It's not. You just don't have any serendipity. It's not.
Look at that though. Lost 8 of 10 and missed the playoffs by a couple games. Right. Like, if you look back, I'm pretty sure that's a pattern the last few years. Same with the Sasquatches. Really, they've feels like the Sasquatches window came back around, but they continued to just kind of choke it down the stretch. And I think part of that is defense. I think he's got some really good hitters playing positions they shouldn't be playing, and it's costing him games.
Yeah. One of the most bizarro champions in the league's history.
Oh, for sure. Same with Louisville, Montreal, Spokane. That was like those were 3 championships in like a 4-year span that were all like, wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, Spokane is interesting. I mean, I don't know what Chris is, but it's funny because it's almost like I think they're a ghost ship, and then he makes moves. So whatever.
He's been a ghost for a little while. Kind of like, he's from the Northeast. He lives in Vermont with I do. In the summer, it gets nice, and then online baseball is less of a priority for a few months. Winter's coming, though, and you might see him get a little more active. So, Phoenix, Brendan, I want him to be successful. He makes big trades. He's not afraid, and it just doesn't work out. But he needs to just, reset hard, or he's going to continue to be a bad franchise.
Is he what country is he? I know he's in Europe, right?
I think he's in Europe. I don't know. You'll have to ask. Hopefully he's listening.
Yeah, we're sending out the signal now because I'd love to know about the Phoenix GM because
drop some more conversations in chat, Brendan. We want to hear from you.
Because I want to know if is he? I don't know if he's American or whatever, but he's an OG, man. I want to see him do. I think he wasn't he in the finals one time?
First 5 years, he was great. He made the finals once or twice, actually. He was a first-year finalist and a fourth-year finalist. So
very, very mysterious to me. I mean, it's just like, where's this guy from? Like, he's in, it's amazing that he does everything he does. I guess operating off a league that runs.
He's made the playoffs once since 2005. Honestly, in 2005, 2006, I raised the red flags when we were doing the podcast that he was shipping a lot of assets away for pieces to try to stay competitive, and I knew he was going to go into a regression. I didn't think he would last this long. He's definitely had some trouble drafting. I think he needs to revisit his drafting strategy a little bit, but definitely rooting for him.
Yeah, that happened in Boston or Lehigh Valley, whatever it is now. It's they went all in a few years back, and then the payroll got bloated, and roster decay. But to his credit, he kept the guys, the fans light, so his budget was pretty strong through those times. But yeah, you ship off if you ship off assets, you kind of have a backup plan. You gotta a plan for down the road, whether it be an international uh, IAFA.
Not enough GMs in this league take advantage of IAFA. It's crazy.
Yeah, or just really.
As a matter of fact,
hammering the rookie and low A levels.
I was just gonna say, just to hammer on Jay one more time, he's the master of shipping away IAFA talent for high end return. And those guys, they ain't shit. Like, they can have a 70, 75, 80 rating. That does not mean they're going to be anything. I feel like when they're 16 or 17 years old. So GM should kind of, in my opinion, be aware of that kind of value.
Yeah, I get the best return.
You do the same thing. Yeah, there's a lot of GMs that kind of understand that value. And I feel like there's some who don't.
It's such a crapshoot that I try to spray money around IAFA.
Don't get me wrong; those guys could make it big and be superstars.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But it's a gamble. You're rolling dice.
I don't have the stomach for all that. I'm just like, let me get these guys, and you guys can fight over whoever. And yeah, there's a lot of great players, obviously, who pan out for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you've made some monster trades over the year too. I mean, we're talking about Jay a lot, but you brought in Reno this year. You brought in a closer a few years ago, and I feel like I forget who it was, but I feel like you fleeced that GM on the other side.
I have two of Toronto / New York's one overall, one first round, number one picks on my team. Reno was the first pick in 2017, and I got Ryan Roach, who's in Hall of Famer.
Yep.
And he was their first pick. So, I like the pedigree players. I don't expect my team to play poorly enough to get a number one pick. We got lucky in the lottery one time. We got Sonneville. But yeah, I mean, it's something where I'll pay for the right guy, and that's a message to anybody listening now. Hey, if you're looking to trade somebody, the right guy, I'll give up tops of 2 drafts. I don't care. I really don't care.
Hey,
there's other ways to get players in this league.
That's a trait that is shared by a lot of the teams in the playoffs this year. That they're not afraid to sacrifice the future a little bit to try to win today.
Yeah, I mean, that's how you get your budget big. That's how everything starts rolling.
Yep. Well, we've done a pretty good preview of the playoffs. Maybe it's time to dive in here a little bit and start running some games. We got 5 minutes to 9 o'clock, so why don't we take a quick 5-minute break? I'm going to grab a drink. And at 9 o'clock, we'll get games 1 through 4 started and see how the 2024 playoffs play out.
Do it.
All right. Back in a few. right, we are back. Time to get into some matchups here. Oh, you know what? I gotta hide this real quick and set the times so we don't have games all over the place. One sec.
Well, we did the matchups already. We're getting into the actual games.
Yes, I gotta set these game times so it's like 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
All right, there we go.
Graphics.
Saving real quick. All right, on to game ones.
Size and scoring position.
First blood. Baltimore on top of Rochester, grounded in fielder choice, and then Esparza drives one in for the Paddlers.
Yep. See if the Baltimore can get a 2-out clutch hit here, first and third. What makes your series are these 2-out hits, getting timely hits. Yeah, they got a single.
You might say it's a little too early to get excited. Game one.
Hey. You get the runs wherever you can get them.
Denver on the board first. Kevin Porter, solo home run. And Carolina. A sac fly by Al Lovato. I love this guy.
Al Lovato had like 290 strikes, something like that.
Yeah.
92 strikeouts. That's a guy who, yeah, he's got to be a fan favorite. Hits bombs and just strikes out.
Scoreless in the third. San Diego, Kansas City. Scoreless in the third here on San Antonio. As a matter of fact, just one run between all three Fire Conference games so far. Tied up, High Rollers. Ramon Rosario doubles in Christian Laredo. It's 1-1. Herons with a big hit. Guthrie singles in Pineda in the second and third with nobody out in that game. Zuniga homers for Baltimore. The Blue Crabs. Haven't said that yet. Up 3-0. The red Blue Crabs because they're cooked. Or wait, is a blue crab just red?
I think a blue crab's red, isn't it? I know they're endangered. I know that we're not supposed to eat them anymore or something like that.
Steve did explain it to me. I do forget though.
Did he? I don't know. I heard that at NPR or something. The Peanut Gallery. Mike from Carolina says, "Why the heck is Montoya pitching? He showed up as third in rotation."
I can look into it after the game. I did pull exports.
Basically tied. Steve, man.
3-run home run. Nate Stutz. San Antonio erupted for 5 runs in the third. Missed it all. Was looking at something.
Yeah, it's all good. we're not a chili picantes network over here. 5 runs, whatever.
The home fans went crazy.
Yeah.
Rochester getting a couple back against Baltimore. It's now 3-2 in that game.
The game's basically tied over there. This is Steve's bullpen we're talking about.
Adam Wilson walks in with the bases loaded, and the Seals are on the board. 2 outs. See if they can get more. They walk in another. Scouts pitching. Kilby running into some trouble here in the 6th.
She was rolling too.
He gets out of the jam.
This is 8K. Get out of that.
Virginia on the board, tie it up 1-1 with a Nate Weaver single in the 5th. A grand slam for the Chiles Picantes in the 5th, and they've broken that one wide open. Meanwhile, the Scouts with another multi-run homer. Steve Schwartz drives in 2. It's 5-2. Virginia now atop. Vinny House, solo home run, 2-1.
Oh, Vinny House, former Somerville great. See what Rochester can, actually Baltimore can do here.
Matt Lothar, solo home run. San Antonio offense out in full force in game 1.
Everything else close to the best. Like, too much scoring anywhere else.
Yeah.
Which is actually a theme for the league. This is similar to the league in the other universe, the Major League Baseball league, where scoring was, run prevention is up in the league.
Yeah, I've kind of noticed. I feel like it's been trending down. It's funny if you look at the league-wide average, and hasn't changed as much as I feel like it has. But
I was looking at it the other day. It's 4.27 runs a game. That's easily the lower half of all the years as far as run production.
Might have to revisit it. I've noticed a couple things that are kind of off statistically. I feel like stolen bases are.
Well, that's up. Yeah, stolen bases are way up.
Yeah. The Paddlers in the 7th tied up with a Jerry Heinerman single, and then Esparza with another monster hit, 5-2.
That guy's been hot.
Yep. Meanwhile, Rochester ties it up 3-3 in the 6th with a Mike Davison single. We've got 3 tie games in the Ice Conference right now, all in the 7th inning.
Exactly. This is going to be the ice all about what you do in winning time. A lot of great back ends of bullpen. Teams like Rochester who can run well.
Meanwhile, on the Fire Conference side, we've got a 5-run lead for the Paddlers, who shouldn't be here, over the Rebels, who maybe should have been the best team in the conference. It's just your typical Fire Conference wildcard matchup. It is early, though. It is early. Danny Garcia singles in Albizuras. The High Rollers take the 2-1 lead in the 8th. They're threatening 2 more, 2nd and 3rd with 2 out. And we've got a final. Kansas City is the first win. They take the home victory 5-2 over the Seals. Baltimore, meanwhile, takes the lead 4-3 in the 7th. Jianjing Li singles in Padilla. We're not even mentioning the Chiles Picantes anymore, but they have won that game handily.
Yeah, good job by them.
Good job by them. On to the next one. Rumor is we may not have a Chiles Picantes franchise much longer.
Oh, where does he want to move?
That is the rumor on the street.
Probably like Gary, Indiana or something.
I actually have no idea where he's going to move. He hasn't told me yet.
Psychopath. I'm sorry, Chili Picantes. It's my bad.
Paddlers 8-2. As we go to the bottom of the 9th in Virginia, get this one in hand. Bottom of the 9th in Denver. It's 1-1 in that game. Typical Denver New Orleans series. Haven't even looked at that box score, but it's just been tight the whole way. And we've got the last 3 outs coming up for the Reapers in their first playoff game in more than a decade. Let's see if they can mount a comeback here in game 1. Go against Calvert, who is a top closer.
I worry about this kid. I worry about him. I think that this is a big. What's it? Is it Calvert? Or this is not Hassett. Not Hassett. All right. Hassett, the closer in Carolina, is so young. I want to see what he does in these situations. He's not pitching.
High Rollers win. Two on in the 10th for the Mudcats. They've out-hit the Dynamite 11-5 in that game. And Denver has an error. Somehow it's a 1-1 game. That is brutal. Insurance run on for Baltimore in the 9th. 2 down. And last 3 outs now for the North Stars.
Yeah, let's see if Steve's bullpen, his closer, can hammer it down.
We've got I can't even say it. Guziewicz. He gave up an instant hit and then a double play, and then that is it. So the Blue Crabs hang on and get that 4-3 win. Meanwhile, man on second, 2 down for the Dynamite, trying to win the game in the 10th. Dave Carlson leaves the game with an injury for Rochester. We'll have to check on that. Leadoff double for the Mudcats. Intentional walk to Eric Reynolds and a single, and they have the lead 2-1 and threatening more and getting more. Adam Mondi doubles in 2 more. It's 4-1. Bases loaded now. Nobody out. Single makes it 5-1.
Denver here. You just want to get somebody out there to eat this for the team.
Yeah, maybe at this point a double play will help, but another double drives in 2 more.
Yeah.
That is going to bury
you gotta
the
sacrifice
Dynamite.
an arm here.
It's pretty crazy to get 7 runs in extra innings after being 1-1.
Yeah, I think the one thing we didn't mention about Denver was their bullpen strength after Barker, is it? The closer he got from Philly. But
We just kind of shit talk Jay's team the whole time. I don't think we talked about his team at all.
yeah,
We just said he had a championship team and that he was a champion.
So he had high talent. He's they're 2-time reigning champions. So.
Exactly. There wasn't a lot to say about his players.
Yeah.
But anyways, road teams win all 3 games on the Ice Conference side. Paddlers win on the road as well. And we are 1 in the books. All right, on to game 2.
Baltimore, right on him.
Yeah, quick lead for Baltimore, John Smith. Herons get a quick lead as well. And they have runners in scoring position. And Christian Laredo driving in a run for the High Rollers.
Don't let him get hot.
Jeff Bass, solo home run. Guy can steal 100 bases, 120 bases. And he can hit home
That's
runs.
huge. Yeah, we didn't talk about Bass enough.
We didn't.
He's really, he's
A unique
different type of
piece.
player than the player in the other universe, Ricky Henderson. But he is a TBL's Ricky Henderson. Different type
Yeah,
of player.
at the moment.
but
I'm curious what
he
his...
wants one.
I'm curious where he's going to end up on that stolen base list. Like, Tony Aponte is at 900 steals, I think. And then second on that list is like 500
This
and...
kid's gonna destroy that because he's
Maybe.
durable.
Health and...
He's durable.
Hey,
Yeah.
you never know when that arc's going to be. Every player's different.
Yeah, that's true. But I love the injury proneness being visible shows me, whenever you see.
Is he
guys
listed as durable,
you know.
you're saying?
Yeah, he is. Oh, Bassett, yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think that's his superpower. Let's put it
Yeah.
that way.
That's insane. Like, usually when you see the speedsters, they're not durable. They're normal, and then they quickly become fragile.
Yeah, I got tons of speed. I turn the sliders down all the time because these guys are whatever, fragile, or fragile, whatever it may be. So.
I mean, not only
Not
only Jeff Bass, but Jeff Bass. Definitely going with Bass, not Bass. Not only him, but I forget the other guy's name, but he had like the third most or second most steals or third most steals in the Ice Conference this year as well. Another guy who I think had a top 10 season. I think I put that in chat. So yeah, stolen bases are just on steroids right now.
Yeah, they are. But if you're not gonna have, I'll tell you what's nerfed is singles. You can't get a single in this league right now. But We had 3 over 300 hitters in the ice. So that tells you all you need to know right there.
Yeah. Baltimore took the lead in the second, and Virginia hops out along with Denver, both with home runs. It's 2-0 Virginia. Make it 3-0 now. Make it 4-0 for the Rebels. Las Vegas on top 4-0 after a Danny Garcia 2-run double. And Matt Berleza with a 2-run homer over in
Matty Barrels.
Denver.
Trade me Matty Barrels, Denver. If you want to do something real, just trade me Matty Barrels. We'll talk.
There's a big hit for DJ Lord, putting Rochester in the lead, down 2-1, now up 3-2. DJ Lord, a trade acquisition this year for the North Stars, coming over from Galveston, I think. And then Baltimore's Mike Best switches it again. It's now 4-3 with a 2-run homer on that side in the fourth.
Wahoo with the house money game. Just get through healthy. Go home tied up.
Oh, I'm psyched. I'm psyched to split. I've already got one.
Rochester with a big situation.
That's the sound of someone
There it
who's
is.
misplaced
My debit
Single.
card.
their debit card.
Where'd I leave that thing?
Not at the gas pump, or the checkout counter, or the roof of your car.
4-4 now in the fourth.
The Chase mobile app.
Offense is winning over in that one.
Just locked my
Got a
car.
commercial break here from YouTube. Thank you, YouTube.
You have a commercial break on your own channel.
Yeah. I was thinking about building some commercials into the stream, really making some income, you know, for the 5 to 6 viewers we have.
Does anybody in TBL sell anything other than San Antonio selling bunk weed? Does anybody sell anything in a TBL? We need to know. We could do a commercial. Maybe, give you a little business.
A lot of one-sided games. I mean, not super blowouts, but definitely some advantages for teams here. North Stars now up 6-4 on Baltimore with a 2-run homer by Danny Benitez in the fifth.
Mike says he sells collectibles. What kind of collectibles? Jeff Bass sells his bath water.
All right, Baltimore gets one back. Jose Soto solo home run in the sixth. It's now 6-5 in that game. And the Mudcats are on the board 4-1 now as Todd Gagnon hits a solo home run. Denver extends the lead. Carolina gets on the board. Action all around. We never looked at the injuries. We'll have to find out here in a second.
We definitely got to look. One of the toughest things as a GM is to be in the dark between the time the sim ends and that injury report hits. So,
Yeah.
I'm with it.
Arturo Rivera, the Cy Young, maybe back-to-back Cy Young, depending on this year. Pitcher of the year. We shouldn't say Young. Who's Cy Young? The Nick Henson of the year. Oh wait, he's still playing. We can't do that. One day, once it was going to be Andy Kerrigan. We really got to be careful with this. You know, it's a slippery slope.
Yeah, no,
So.
it's Nick Henson. It's Nick Henson. Yeah, Kerrigan.
But anyways, Rivera, 7 innings pitched, just 1 hit, 10 strikeouts. He's been a monster for KC this game. only one close game, really, as we get to the stretch of game twos. Rochester up 6-5 in the 7th. I'm actually going to bump the speed because no need to suffer through this. I'm going to slow it down if anybody gets on base for the Blue Crabs, but the rest of these games are pretty much settled.
Well, DJ Lord's on base. Let's see if he ends up on second.
That's for Rochester, though. If they extend, then it's more reason to keep going faster.
Oh, they extended.
7-5. Rochester on top. San Antonio wraps it up 4-1. They now have a 2-0 series lead as we go back to Huron. We do have the tying run on first for the Blue Crabs.
Sorry, I'm reading the chat. Mike sells sports cards, Pokemon, other TCGs, etc.
Well, if you want to sell your stuff here in our stream chat with some paid advertising, you know.
Wouldn't that be? Wouldn't the OTP, like, you know, people be the best demographic for selling this?
Brought to you by the Carolina Reapers eBay.
Yeah.
All right, man, 8-6, and Rochester threatening more. Carolina has drawn that game a little closer now with a Al Lovato solo home run. It's 9-7. And 2 on, but 2 outs remaining for the Paddlers, down by 4.
I need to know if somebody would actually trade a player for real U.S. dollars.
I hope not. Don't make me write that into the Constitution.
No. That might need to be a thing. I'll sell Rada for 100.
I wouldn't put it past Jay. Two on, 1 out for Carolina. Trying to get back in the series. Rochester wraps it up and wins 11-6. Virginia splits this, evens the series up with a 7-3 win over Oahu, and Kansas City takes a 2-0 series lead with a 6-1 win over the Seals. Carolina does get one back. They've got second and third, but they can't get it done. Trevor Jordan grounds out. On to the 9th we go.
They had to have that. That's what turns these types of series from 4 or 5 games into 6-7. You know, you got to snap off these. Get those late hits, 2 outs.
Denver tying the series up too with a dominating win, 12-1 over the Mudcats. And just to reflect back here again on Rivera, complete game 2-hitter, 14 strikeouts. Wow. How about a playoff performance from the Kansas City Scout?
The guys are good.
One down in the 9th for the Reapers.
Yeah, it's just a message to the scouts. If you decide to let good players go again, and you don't want to pay them, I'll just, be happy to take them off your hands.
And that's a final. High Rollers 9, Carolina 8. You got to remember, JR, not everybody has a Somerville budget over there. You've been pretty successful for a couple of years. I think the Scouts haven't had a lot of success, so I think they probably are going to be strapped in future situations.
He runs another league. He always tries to advertise where he's definitely.
That's true. No, he knows what he's doing. That's for sure.
He knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing.
Give him a little credit.
Sometimes we're victims of our circumstance. That's all I'm saying.
That's true. That's true.
Dropping a quick save, and then on to game 3.
Alright, well. First innings got too much scoring, so I don't know where Paul went, but we're not too happy with the San Antonio scoring. That's the first thing.
Hey, yeah, no, good call. Glad you pointed out that I was muted right there. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
A lot of scoring in the first. Look at that. Pretty much every
opportunity
team.
to hate on San Antonio, I will take it.
Aristat and Suver and Homer. San Antonio's up 2-0. Rochester up 1-0 on a Jeff Bass. Now I'm saying it wrong. Jeff Bass solo home run. Tied 1-1 now. Paddlers get one back on the Esparza double. Herons get one back. Seals get one back. Too much is happening. We're just gonna let it play out for a minute.
Yeah, let it. Just gotta settle down.
Gotta let it go.
Except in Baltimore, where the pitching staff will fall apart.
We've already had a Denver up 1-0. Mudcats up 2-1. Denver up 3-2. Typical matchup between those two, where we've had multiple lead changes by the second inning. I really appreciate that rivalry for what it is. Just every year it seems like a consistent
part of the fabric of the league.
Yeah.
Gotta have stuff like that. Geez, San Antonio just gouging the Herons.
Yeah, the offense has been insane. No hits for Kansas City as we enter the 4th inning.
Hey, you don't say it. Don't say it. I know you. Oh, yeah. One hit now.
Oh, darn. I jinxed it.
Hating on your brother, bro. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's great. Oh my goodness.
Come on, it's just superstition. That's completely, absolutely real.
I mean, I just saw it happen. Yeah. This Baltimore staff doesn't want it anymore.
Baltimore is getting beat up now on a couple hits by the North Stars. 4 runs here in the third.
You get a base runner on with them. It can get bad real quick.
I mean, if Virginia somehow survives the Paddlers, I think it's really... Man, I don't want to say that, actually. I was about to say I think it's really San Antonio or Virginia, but Bighorn is also there, and so is Kansas City. I think the only teams that kind of suck is just the wild cards, I guess. That I don't see deserving it or advancing.
San Antonio, KC, and Virginia are the
Legits.
best teams.
I think they could rival an ice conference team.
Yeah. I just don't know. The thing about it is getting through the season, right? And it's just a little easier.
Well, for sure. I mean, schedule balances everything. We start in the division, we end in the division, and everything else is all equal. So if the Fire Conference is weaker, it's easier to get through. If my division has 300 game losers, and I win 83 games, like, I'm not the best team, right? You know.
Yeah. Well, that's where Huron's at right now. Is that they were able to
In the
be
tougher.
better than those tanking. Yeah, they just probably beat up on those tanking teams.
Yeah. They get through in the tougher of the two divisions, though. So.
Yeah. Base is loaded for San Antonio. Here comes another 3 runs.
It's kind of been a rich get richer game 3. The teams that have grabbed the lead continue to add runs. Carolina did get one back against Las Vegas. It's 3-1 in that game in the 5th. But we've got San Antonio with a 2-0 series lead and a big lead in game 3. That's looking like a one-sided series. Same thing with Las Vegas. I mean, they're only up by 2, but they've got the 2-0 series lead. So if Carolina can't figure it out soon here on the road, make it 4-1. That's going to be a 3-0 series lead. The Seals are responding. They're down 2-0, but they're up 5-0 here in the 6th. Denver looking like a champion. 7-2 on the road in the 6th.
Yeah. That was the thing about New Orleans, that their pitching wasn't through Mudcats pitching this year, so.
Yeah, they had that one rookie who looks like he's going to be really good. I forget his name right now, but not the same depth, if that's what you mean. Yeah. The Paddlers tied up 2-2 in the 6th.
Yeah.
Jerry Heinerman singles in Longworth. Heinerman's probably the worst player on my team, but he's had a couple big hits here in the playoffs. It is, yeah. I love it when you get those unsung heroes, right?
Yeah.
Three runs for the Kansas City Scouts here in the 7th inning, and all of a sudden a 5-0 lead is a 5-3 lead, and the Scouts are within reach. Two-run homer for Baltimore. It's 5-3 in that game, and they make it a little closer with 6 outs left.
Wahoo. Alex Gardner, who the hell is that?
It's a great question. Alex Gardner singles in Dean. Threatening for more at second and third with just 1 out.
Alex Gardner has less than 100 plate appearances in this league.
Hey.
Good job. Hitting the right buttons.
Yep. Who's that center fielder for the Dodgers? In a non-existent universe that we are referencing.
Oh, Pajes.
Yeah, making that great catch after hitting 190 or something in the playoffs, or even worse. Jose Solis hits a 2-run homer in the 8th inning for Baltimore. Ties it up 5-5. Monster hit for Solis. The Blue Crabs had, I think, second and third there too, trying to win it, and but luckily Rochester gets out of the jam. On to the 9th we go. Tied at 5. Las Vegas wraps up the 7-1 win over Carolina, so they extended that lead after I pointed out that Carolina needed to come back there. They're down 3-0, or I should say Las Vegas is up 3-0, depending on your perspective, on to Game 4 in Las Vegas. Or, excuse me, yeah, Las Vegas, yeah. Last 2 outs for the Rebels, down by 1. The Seals take Game 3, and they get their first win of the postseason. They're down 2-1 now to the Scouts. Home team has won every game of that series. And the Paddlers take Game 3 on the road. They're up 3-2. They're up 2-1. All eyes really at this point in Baltimore. 5-5.
David Guzzi, which
Santa, David, Guzowicz.
good luck. Hey, Steve, use your nickname on that guy, please.
DG, we'll call him DG.
Good.
5 hits for Joe Aristad for San Antonio. Looks like that's
please create nicknames
some type
for
of
those
record.
guys.
Yeah, I wish more people would do that. You and Jay take advantage of the nickname perk, but just a reminder to anybody listening, every year you get 2 nicknames.
He's a name guy. Like, he does a whole list of weird prospect or draft last names, whatever it may be. I think that's one of the greatest features of OOTP is the nicknames.
Maybe I should do an announcement every year and be like, at channel, please submit your nicknames before next sim, and just see how many I can get with just like a scoop like that. A prompt to submit a nickname.
I'm pretty sure you owe Jay and I a couple of nicknames from last.
Maybe I do owe you a couple, but I feel like I worked back on most of those ones that I missed. And
I'm not worried about it. I'm pretty sure.
I'll check. But 5-5 in the 11th.
This is a word run game. Let's get it. All right, never mind. Can't do nothing when you strike out. I don't know who it was, but a team like Rochester, you want to see the guy can steal, get in his scoring position, get a knock.
My music playlist got changed somehow. I didn't like that. Switching back.
Oh, for the whatever music, the background.
Yep.
There's one list that sounds like it's like an opium lounge or something. Whatever.
I always have trouble finding the background music.
A jazz lounge.
I'm afraid I'm going to find the wrong background music. They're going to mute me. And, like, YouTube's terms of service are going to mute me for, like, copyright. And then, yeah. I don't know.
Nah, yeah, they'll do it. But, will they ban you? I mean...
No, just, like, so if I go back to look at the stream later, it's going to be, like, no audio. And, like, everything I fucking said is going to be gone.
Yeah.
All right, 5-5, bottom of the 12th.
Steve and Mike are...
I know it's a slow burn, but you just gotta enjoy the playoffs sometimes. It's hard to get here.
They're going crazy right now. We're talking about background music. Meanwhile, their teams are...
Hey, if someone got on base like right now, Mike Best with a single with 2 outs, then I would call that shit out in a second. And that's it. Carlos Zuniga doubles in Mike Best, and the Blue Crabs win it in 12.
What a game. That's a good game by them.
Oh, hell yeah. That's going to give Steve the 2-1 series lead going into Game 4. Finish today. We're going to drop a quick save, and then we'll do one more game tonight. We'll finish up tomorrow. All right, we're on to game 4s. So we'll go through game 4 tonight. We'll pick this up tomorrow at noon. And then hopefully by the evening we'll be on to the Divisional Championship Series. Danny Benitez doubles in DJ Lord, and Rochester's up 1-0 here in the first.
Baltimore team might have a little mojo right now.
I think one of the genius things about Steve's approach and always hating on his team is anytime they do good, it's just like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, you know? Like I remember actually last season, before we were talking about him relocating, he was like, this team will never win here, blah, 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 and then he ended up winning that series and moving on to the next.
I think he's literally a Baltimore or that. Like I talked about.
He's from the area.
I
right?
think he's a politician from that area.
Huh, fascinating.
Yeah, I mean, he's very coarse in the messaging. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I do like how a lot of the people, and obviously you got the relocation aspect available to you if you're a GM listening, but a lot of people are just kind of like repping their home areas, stuff like that.
Yeah, it's good. I'm glad that Boston went to Boston.
Yeah. JP.
Lehigh Valley. Yeah, I know the Lehigh Valley area. It's people talk shit about Somerville. First of all, Lehigh Valley should never have a team before Somerville.
I'm not gonna lie, like Lehigh Valley was the hardest sell. Like I did not want to let that franchise be a franchise, but I relented.
Somerville. I mean, you know, it's something. It takes since we have a little tradition now. All right, let it ride. But I'd understand that regarding us too.
Las Vegas. Say that again.
Sorry.
No, I didn't hear.
I said no teams in Detroit, Los Angeles.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Well, hey, I mean, Somerville, New Jersey isn't exactly.
It is the biggest commuter city in the New York City area.
Okay.
No, whatever.
Well, they don't call them the Somerville Giants, do they?
Just said some shit like that on Wikipedia.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. Yeah. I mean, Fort Collins is another interesting one. I'm wondering how long that franchise will exist, being such a small. I can't believe Huron is still a thing. I can't believe Daniel hasn't relocated.
Yeah, nobody want to change that.
I'm hoping he will. I fucking hate that team. Logo-wise.
Have you thought of, well, you hate Somerville logo-wise.
A little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Just because you're unflexible. You have a very unflexible logo.
Very unflexible. We want to sell throwbacks, but we also want to keep our brand the same way. But let's be real. Have you thought about aligning and getting teams now that they've changed cities in the same geographical region?
I mean, I haven't looked at what that would look like. I know the other league I played in, which was kind of fascinating, we did a division draft where like the most successful GMs were captains and basically drafted new divisions, and that was kind of interesting. Mixed things up a bit, but kind of destroyed some old rivalries. So it depends on what side of the coin you are on and that kind of argument.
Well, I have a problem with Virginia flying out to Oahu for a fucking road game.
Well, yeah, but those guys aren't in the same division.
Yeah, but come on, it's like on a plane for.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard. I mean, unless you want to realign. Man, I'd really have to look at it with some of the relocations. I've tried to ask GMs to stay like in the same area, but when I initially set it up, there was like a physical map where it showed like where it kind of made sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I was Houston originally.
What? Whoa.
Yeah, it said Houston or something. Houston Orange or something.
Really? I thought you were the Somerville Orange and just went to the Somerville money line.
No, because all my teams are in Texas. All my minor league teams. So
okay. Fair enough. Yeah.
But
Man, that's so long ago.
I like it. I like it. Let those guys ride a bus all the way to Somerville. Let them know the grind before getting to the show. But yeah, it's 5,000 miles, a fifth of the Earth from.
Well, I mean, the fact that I have a team in Oahu, period, makes it ridiculous, right? Like, I should honestly move to the mainland.
Yeah.
I've only been to Hawaii once in my life, but I can tell you from someone who lives in Vermont, it took like, I don't know how long to fly to California, but then it took that long to fly from California to Hawaii. It's like a ridiculous distance.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. So
it's crazy when you think about what time zone.
Maybe I will relocate. I really appreciate this conversation.
Yeah, maybe you should relocate.
You know what? I haven't looked at that yet, and that is definitely in my right. I've been here for 3 years, so.
Well, the only reason I say this is because there's so much under the hood of this game that we just don't know about. What happens if that's one of the things? Just like air miles traveled. I don't know. Think about it.
I mean, honestly, it could be a thing. I know something that's under the hood that I didn't realize was, but I read it was, and it got confirmed somewhere. But like, if you have a player who, say you're from Somerville, New Jersey, and you have a player who played in New Jersey as a prospect or like minor leaguer or whatever, they're more likely a free agent or whatever. If they grew up in that area, if that's their hometown area, they're more likely to sign with you on the same contract or even less money than someone like on the West Coast.
Yeah, no, I kind of knew about that. But listen, if a guy can play, So, you know.
Well, it just shows that those tiny little tweaks under the hood actually do matter, like especially playing on contracts, stuff like that. Yeah.
It's like every little percentage. Like everything's like a percentage of development, performance.
Yep. All right, let's talk about the game 4 a little bit. Let's see where people are at. We've been chatting about TBL a little bit, but Oahu up 1-0 in the 6th. Man on second, nobody out. Kansas City up 1-0 in the 7th over San Diego. San Diego only has one hit right now off of Joe Greenwell.
Yeah,
Huron up 4-1, trying to stay alive. Good to see.
Baltimore,
and look at New Orleans, 11-0 on the Mudcats, trying to even that series.
Well, I was trying to help Jay out.
Holy smokes.
I was trying to talk about frivolous things while he was getting his doors blown off.
Yeah, I mean, hey. We've got some close games, though, here down the stretch. Baltimore up by 2 on Rochester in the top of the 8th. 2 on 4, the North Stars with 2 down. Let's see if they can get a big hit right here. I don't know if it's a pitching change or what, but nothing's happening. There we go. And Benitez strikes out looking. So on to the bottom of the 8th we go. Baltimore keeps that 2-run lead.
KC, man in scoring position, top of the 8th.
Hey, San Diego ties it up with a Gaona double in the 7th. It's 1-1. Gaona leaves the game with an injury. Probably sliding in the second base. Those are always tricky. That could be a multi-week injury. We'll see what that says.
Bases loaded.
Bunch of scoring.
Top of the 8th.
And Carolina doubles in Scruggs. They get 2 runs in the 7th to tie that up against Las Vegas. Their season's on the line there, so that is a couple of huge hits for that franchise. It's now 5-5. 1-1. Bottom of the 8th in San Diego. The Seals up 1-0 in the 8th as well over Virginia in a very tight game.
A good jam there. Seals got a big jam there.
Did they? Oh, I missed that. Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Baltimore 4-1 gets the victory. They're up 3-1 through 4 games. Quentin Cook, who is what the Seals thought might be the Australian MVP, but
the third greatest Australian.
The third greatest Australian ever. There you go. Yep. Hey, he's moving up the list with a 2-run home run in the 8th inning to give the Seals a 3-1 lead, and then Alan Bayer gets one back for San Antonio. It's 5-2 in that game. What we're really watching, though, is Las Vegas, Carolina, and Oahu, Virginia. Oahu trying to get some insurance here, second and third, nobody out. We're going to the ninth there. Scouts down to their last 3 outs, down by 2.
Carolina, El Demi Lovato, Solo Jack.
Hell yeah, there we go. Reapers on top in the 8th. Last out for the Scouts, and that's it. The Seals stay alive. They win 3-1.
Good job.
Paddlers 1-0 lead against Virginia in the 9th here. And Santos Gomez walks. Tying run on first with 2 down. Atencio at the plate, and he can't get it done. Oh, I said that prematurely, but he can't get it done. 1-0. Paddlers hang on to win. I saw the Huron final flash across, and I thought that was Paddlers. Huron takes game 4, 5-2, and they stay alive in the series as they get the victory. Meanwhile, the Mudcats. This series has just kind of been back and forth. It's been weird. Murder in both directions.
But, yeah, it's like they want to just play for 7. These two teams, they don't care. Like, all this stuff doesn't care. They're playing for 7.
14 hits, 15 runs, 2 errors on Denver's side. 14-2 final there. We've got a 6-5 lead. Last 3 outs for the High Rollers. Carolina's trying to stay alive in that series. Nobody's going to be eliminated here unless something tricky happens here at the end for the High Rollers. I shouldn't say shit like that, but... Oh. Garcia singles.
Jeez. Ball has it. Big spot.
And that will do it. Carolina does hang on for the win. We will finish today. We'll look at the standings here real quick. And then we'll drop the file and we'll, again, pick this up in the morning if you do want to make changes between now and tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern. You can do so. Otherwise, we'll keep moving forward.
Yeah, let me know.
Here we go. So Las Vegas up 3-1 over the Reapers. Mudcats and Dynamite 2-2. Blue Crabs up 3-1 on the North Stars. On the other side, we got the Seals and Scouts 2-2. Picantes up 3-1 on Huron. And the Paddlers up 3-1 on the Rebels.
Well, you know who the talk of the first round is, and that's Oahu.
We're not going to jinx anything, but yeah.
Nah, we're not going to jinx anything. I mean, you could jinx your brother's no-hitter or whatever. But,
Hey!
But at the same time, good job by the Paddlers. That's the biggest.
I've been playing this game a long time. 3-1 series leads don't mean nothing.
It means nothing. It means nothing. Yeah.
It means nothing.
Yeah. And then, in your conference, like you
Basically, if I don't win this next game, it goes back to Virginia, and who the hell knows, So.
Yeah, you don't know. But it's good for the parity of the league to see.
For sure.
So.
JR, I want to thank you so much for joining the podcast, the playoff podcast tonight. It was fun. I think we did. We
had a great time.
For sure. Let me know if you want to join tomorrow. You know the time. Otherwise,
I'll make up some college football excuse, even though nobody's playing. Nobody knows. Nobody needs to be the wiser, and I'll show up. Let me know.
Cool. Sounds good. And
Hi, brother.
good luck to everybody else the rest of the way. Have a good night.